All right, so the new food pyramid is here and it's something. I'm Johnny Reps. I'm an online personal trainer and nutrition coach for 10 years now. Here's my interpretation of it. The old pyramid had grains and breads and pastas at the widest part where they wanted you to have 6 to 11 servings. The new pyramid has it at the top, which means that you're supposed to be eating the least of it, but they also flip the pyramid upside down, so the bottom is the top is now the bottom. You get what I'm saying. Protein, dairy, and healthy fats, along with vegetables and fruits at the very top, and then they have working their way down the pyramid to the bottom, they have just the whole grains listed at the bottom. I think this pyramid is not very descriptive in terms of what it's showing. There's only a few different things listed. It's also a bit confusing how it says vegetables and fruits are at the very top of the pyramid, but then if you look, stuff like bananas and grapes and the fruits are actually like near the bottom, and then they have stuff like rice and like added oils around the middle, but they're not really even mentioned in the writing on the pyramid. They're just kind of like pictured there. They're also really heavily promoting saturated fats on this food pyramid, which is the opposite of what the evidence shows. High intakes of saturated fats lead to increased risk of death from basically everything. This is not controversial. So the idea that they're promoting saturated fats on this pyramid is just quite simply fucking stupid. Also, they have stuff like red meat, like it looks like it's at a higher priority than stuff like dairy and seafood, in which case I'm like, why? This makes no sense to me. For some reason, cheese is at the top of the pyramid. Like, who the fuck is eating a huge amount of cheese in their diet? Come on, man. The whole framing of this and basically everything by the Trump administration and RFK and his crusade against things that are actually healthy in favor of pseudoscience is really the doctors have been lying to you and we're correcting this. I think the food pyramid definitely needed some correction. Basically, nobody follows the food pyramid, so it's a moot point. I like the increased emphasis on fruits, vegetables, and protein, but I absolutely hate promoting saturated fats. The fact that the food pyramid is even more basic now and somehow more confusing at the same time because of the weird corners instead of like a top to bottom thing. There's tons of stuff on the pyramid that isn't mentioned by name, it's just pictured. And then there's a lot of stuff that isn't even on the pyramid at all. Overall, like honestly, I think this is a downgrade from the old food pyramid, even though there's one or two good things. This fucking sucks, just like everything else they're doing. 0 out of 10.